We'll be talking today about, what are we talking about today? Frugal family, Frugal nation, YouTube, how are you all doing? I hope everyone is doing well, staying healthy. I had some emails and there are some folks who are interested in asking me to share some of the details of this investment home that I had made with the money I had saved in this part one, where I talked about how I saved $120,000 in the course of 18 months when I was in California, making my transition back to Florida. What I did with this money, the property that I have purchased, I'm gonna show you some photos of it. And then also, as of the most recent year, 2020, what my return on the investment looks like on an annualized basis. And I'll go through some numbers. As you're making these calculations and looking for a investment property, it would give you some insight on what to do. Before we get into the video today, I want to just thank everybody for subscribing, giving us a thumbs up, putting their comments below. It is greatly appreciated. Let's get to today's video. After 18 months, I had saved over $120,000. Now, what I did was I used $100,000 to buy a property in 2016. At that time, the property cost about $318,000. It was a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath in a neighborhood here in Orlando, Florida. The reason I chose this property specifically was the location. It was, one, in a really good neighborhood. 2, the proximity to a lot of shopping that you could also walk. 3 was that it was also close to a great school district with easy transportation. All these are the 3 key things I look for when I am looking for an investment property. As we go through rental analysis and other tips I have learned how to obtain some of the highest rents, but also to be able to find the best quality tenants. Those are 2 important factors to consider. The reason I chose a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath that was about 2,300 square feet with a pool was that a private pool generally is a property that most people like to rent. As a renter, it's a benefit to have a pool. The other, as many have seen during COVID, it also accelerated the appreciation of the property as well. Granted, on the downside, there is a cost to having a pool because of the extra maintenance, but I find that having that maintenance is negligible. The other thing that I considered was my return on my investment. I was looking for a specific rate of return. Generally, 7 to 8% is really good return, and that was the number that I was trying to shoot for as I was doing some calculation of how much money I need to put in. All of these factors contribute to me selecting this property. I think for most folks who are watching this video, they are interested in trying to understand how to select the property, 2, how to make that initial jump into investments, and 3, what we can do to maximize the rate of return. Let's get into the numbers and I can walk everyone through what my revenue side looks like, which is the monthly rent that I collect, and then also my costs, which are the general costs that I have related to servicing my mortgage. The mortgage line includes the mortgage, interest payment, taxes, and insurance. That totals $1,457. My landscaping at $100, pool at $100, security, which is the alarm system for the home. This totals $1,705 a month. My monthly rent collected is $2,450. That gives me a net of $745 a month to me as my revenue net. And then from an annualized net income perspective, this is what I get, which is $89.40. And if I were to look at the annualized return of my money, the amount I invested initially was $100,000 into this $318,000 home, which gave me an annualized return of 8.94%. And the way I did that was you take the annualized net income, which is $89.40, divided by the $100,000 money that I had invested in the beginning. I hope that clarifies and shows people what the numbers look like from a return perspective. One other thing about just looking at return. So the return I just calculated for everybody is just based on my ongoing rate of return as an investment. It's almost, think of it as a dividend. There's also the appreciation on the property. So in the years since, it's been 5 years, almost 6 now since I've owned the property has gone up from about 318, and most recently I did a little analysis on the property. It would probably sell for about 425, 430. So we also have a potential unrealized gain of $100,000 in the appreciation of the property. If you like what we're talking about, understanding some of the more basic investments on how you can get started, I hope to put out more of this content for everyone. I would love it if you can hit that subscribe button and also give me a thumbs up. If you have any comments, please drop them below. And with that said, I hope you have a wonderful day. And until the next time, I wish you happy hustling towards your dreams.